I done goofed.
Future Cop LAPD is an interesting little third-person mech shooter that released in late 1998 on the PS1, Windows, and Mac OS in early 1999 by a little indie studio you may have heard of. Originally supposed to be a sequel to the long-running Strike series, the idea was eventually scrapped to be its own unique IP, as gameplay would focus on mech-style gameplay rather than helicopters. The gameplay is split between two modes: Crime War, which is the game's campaign, and
Precinct Assault,
which pits either two players or an AI by the name of Sky Captain
come out, no!
in an arena MOBA style with two bases on either side with the objectives of getting your tank inside the enemy base. You get 1 point for blowing up an enemy mob, 10 points if you killed a player, 50 points gets you a super tank or helicopter, and 30 gets you an outpost that can generate basic tanks and planes. At double cost, but both bases are flanked by two outposts, so you want to grab these ASAP unless you want to play defense the whole time. There are 6 maps, with Bug Hunt and La Cantina being exclusive to the PC. Despite being the oldest known MOBA to date, it isn't actually my favorite part about this game. The campaign is. Which is strange because structurally the game is pretty simple. Just a simple mission layout that can easily be beaten in 2 hours. The problem with doing things like that is you'll miss the excellent cutscenes.
Jeez, send slug removal to Hollywood Boulevard.
For real though, I love these cutscenes. Both the pre-mission Bink video compressed ass looking ones and the ones post-mission they look like they were rendered on the same silicon graphics machines that made OG Jurassic Park. The jokes don't land, but mine don't either, so I can relate to that. There's a lot of tired, overworked humor thrown in the credits too, which I definitely liked. A lot of big X's thrown around because it's the 90s and everything had to be like that. They didn't need to put these goofy ass little animations for Mr. Alpha, but it's here anyway, and I appreciate it nonetheless.
X1 Alpha, hit the tar pits, baby. Mayor Bavacqua's daughter Carmen, starlet wannabe, was kidnapped leaving the Brown Turtle nightclub early this morning. She was taken by that cult of worm mutant freak of whatever worshippers down on Wilshire. The cult's high priestess, ex-podiatrist Tiffany Klein.
When did becoming a podiatrist suddenly make you susceptible to becoming a fucking blood cult priestess? I guess life be hard in 2099 LA. Since I won't spoil the practically non-existent story, I guess I should actually mention gameplay. You're a mech and this game is on PS1. You want to take a guess as to what kind of controls you'll have? If you said dual analog despite playing on a DualShock, I'd probably say you've never played many PS1 games, have you? Either that or you're just trolling. No, this game has tank controls, which is fine for normal combat. R1 and L1 do strafing, which is pretty handy, especially on this first boss here. But problem is, we don't just have a third-person action game here. It also tries to be a platformer, which as you can imagine leads to many which, considering the latter, if you experience platforming, means you're always at the midpoint of the mission, which better be before you use the shield reload, and you're lucky if you can find 2 of these per mission. So while it's not a death sentence, falling was always the thing that hurt me the most outside of bosses. Speaking of health, I should mention that this game has co-op. Works great. Only one problem though, you have 1 health pool and no checkpoints. I'm sure this is a recipe for success and no one will argue at all and everyone will be totally happy. Totally happy. Other than that though, it's all pretty alright from here on out. You get a light, medium, and heavy attack that you can swap out per mission, and you get a cool little hover tank transformation bit that allows you to jump gaps periodically, and that's pretty much it. Just you, yourself, police brutality. Nothing to it really. I could talk about how this is composer David O'Neill's best work, and the travesty of how we only worked on Road Rash and some boxing games after this, but I think I'll leave it there for now. You guys know the things to do. I'll see you lads later. Back out.
I hope nobody saw that.